How the Joy-Cons attach to the Switch 2 body. They use magnets this time around, and you already
That's a
know
lot
that
nicer,
we're going to find
'cause those
out how
rails
strong
wear out.
those magnets are and how fragile that connection may or may not be.
So that is something that people were worried about. It's that connector getting bent or broken. At least the rails kind of protected the connectors.
With the Joy-Cons
Guess we're
fully
gonna find
inserted,
out.
it is possible to just rip them away from the Switch 2 with brute force alone, not using the release latch. These will never just fall out on their own, of course.
Still better than putting the other ones, Switch ones, upside down. That is terrible. They're hard to get off.
But throughout my testing, sometimes I found it was just easier to pull them away instead of hunting for the release lever. And I imagine I won't be the only one just skipping the release button altogether as time goes on. This is not a temporary screen protector. It is extremely well secured and permanently affixed to the device. As you can see from my keys, anything metal that comes in contact with this screen will indeed leave a mark. Plastic objects, however, like my Lego or the docking station, won't leave any marks, but
It's funny how like much people want this. It's completely sold out, and you got people doing reviews on it, just scratching it up, and it's just like probably pissing a lot of people off.
that also doesn't spark a whole lot of confidence. There's a plastic home button and a plastic game chat button,
That
and
hurts.
the joystick has a very thick rubber cap on the surface. There's definitely no durability issues here. Getting a closer look at the Joy-Cons, we find the secret for how they attach so firmly. These shoulder trigger buttons are actually made with steel this time around. Big rectangular blocks of metal that are able to magnetically
nice. Just
secure
painted.
to the Switch 2 body. The grip is also surprisingly strong, locking out in every direction and not falling apart or releasing the Joy-Cons even under extreme pressure. So far so good. If Nintendo is only going to make one new
It's tough to
console every
watch.
decade, it needs to be structurally durable enough to last that whole time.
He's going to do a bend
And
test.
as we can see from the first bend, when a lot of force is applied, the Joy-Cons just kind of like to pop off on their own. The Switch 2 would have to go through some extremely wild and crazy situations, beyond what we do here, to sustain any permanent structural damage.